programs, all the managerial programs. So what we do is that the objective is to apply the skills and knowledge, okay, that you have learned on the modules. Okay, now you're going to apply. So how would you apply? You would apply on a work-based project in your own company, a real problem. So a real problem is, see, when we come for a program, we want to ensure that there is progress for your company and also for you. So how do I find a progress? Unless I apply the knowledge I've learned. So to apply the knowledge I've learned, you look at, you are doing the training and development within your own department. You want to say, okay, what are the different subject matter and training development? Okay, maybe the programs done by the company, is it meeting the needs of the organization? So, okay, so programs, then you will say, first look at your own company, what are the programs you do, training programs. You may have internal training programs, external training, skill training, all the kind of programs your own company has. Then, that's the A portion. B portion, what is normally training programs are based on research, based on the literature. What type of training programs should companies do to move forward? In today's environment, you look at all the research done. Then, that's B. Then C, you compare. Okay, based on my own company trainings and looking at this B, today's movement, so there are a lot of things we lacking in my company. So you compare and contrast and do all the things, what is lacking, what is lacking. Then the D portion is your recommendation to a company. Okay. What the company should add. Okay, recommendation to a company. They should add this program, this program, this program, this program. Then the final is your implementation. Now the implementation you are suggesting to the company, whether the company takes or not, doesn't matter. But for projectors, suggesting implementation. Yeah. Okay. That is a normal thing done by the participants in the past. And we still continue with those who are doing a certificate in human resource management. Certified HR manager, we ask them to do the project this way. Because they are still haven't fully applied their full skill. So that's the basic one, applied within your organization. But for your functional expertise, what we want to do is that don't look at your organization. I want you to look at it larger industry basis. Okay? Not organization, maybe training in the banking industry, training in the consumer industry.
Or in the construction industry.
Training in the construction industry. So I want an industry. You apply it to the industry, not to your own organization. Organization is very shallow. That we give it to the HR managers because they experience less. It's very easy for them to do the assignment. For you, I want you to do it to the industry or to the nation. Okay? So, industry or nation. So here it changes. Work-based project should be as possible focus problem in the industry. It's not organization for you. It's in the industry or in the nation. Industry or nation. Okay? So all others remain the same. You are supposed to diagnose the problems. Okay. What is the problems in the industry on training? What is the problems in the industry, construction industry? What's the problems of the industry in the training? And then, what is the solutions that you're going to recommend? Okay. Now, the purpose of all this project is to see your analytical skills. Are you able to analyze the situations? Okay, analytical skills, the concepts you apply, the techniques, and see whether you're a professional competence to handle on the topic.
So when you say that you're supposed to look into industry,
Yeah.
Let's say it's a construction industry,
Yeah.
can I get the data from my company to see, to support my project paper, or I shouldn't do anything related to my organization?
Is your organization one of the samples? Then you look at other organizations, because like for example, you're talking about how to manage a good family. Your own family will be a good example. Then you're looking at other families. Integrate.
But it would be difficult for us to get the data from different construction
So that's the reason why choose things where you have data available. Okay?
Because for now we have 3 different groups in my class.
You have 10 people now. What we are doing, a group should not have more than 3 people. Okay? So your group will be divided. One group will be 3 people. You do a project as a group. One person cannot do it. Okay? One person cannot do it. You have to do as a group. So minimum is 2. Maximum is 3.
3.
Maximum is 3. Minimum is 2 persons.
So 1 person will be left out, right?
Which one? So you can do 5 times 2 is 10. 2 person in the group. Okay? But if you integrate 3, 3, 3, then you choose some people will stay far away.
4 in a group. Now we have 3, 3, 4.
3, 3, 4. Okay? Then you must make sure everybody is active, not a passenger in the trip. Then if you feel you're going to be a passenger, then you break the group into 2 person per group. Depends on how you are going to meet. If there are people far away, that's different. So the group must identify. So they are going into training and development. Then one group does training need analysis, the other group shouldn't do the same subject.
Okay. So if you look at the industry, what are the training need analysis done by different company? Then we compare. Then we will see what is the best practice.
Yeah. So now the group, you are going to be heading the group. So if it is going to be 3, 3, 3, then the one group is going to be 4. Then that means the group. Then the topic must not be the same. The presentation must be different.
I see.
Okay. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, that's only the difference here. Okay. Yeah. For the lower level, they apply to the organization. Very simple. For you, not the organization, to the industry, not to the nation. Okay. Now, what you are going to submit to? One is the full project paper, which are 4,000 to 5,000 words. Okay, or 25 pages, 25 pages. And this is for how the project paper should be submitted. Okay, the project paper. Then the second is you will submit a presentation in the slide format. Okay, that's the presentation should not exceed the time limited is 40 minutes, including questions. So that means 30 minutes of presentation, 10 minutes for questions. So what is the presentation going to be? Is the executive summary. Okay, it's an executive summary of all your project. So I'll tell you what it will contain. So the executive summary should be what's the problem and what's the solution in the recommendation. Problem, solution, recommendation. Problem in the industry. What's the problem in the industry? What's the solution you are providing? Solution, recommendation you are providing.
It's a summary. Within 30 minutes you have to present, and 10 minutes for you to ask questions on that.
The 30 minutes must be a learning content.
Learning content.
That means you're talking, for example, you say in the construction industry, the trainings are not the right training provided. You comment. Now, what do you mean by not right training provided? You say, look, the training, this is what's provided generally. 30% is training, 20% is training, all statistics. Then you say, what's your recommendation? Why you're making the recommendation? For future, this is the type of training we need. It's a problem and a recommended solution. A problem must have supporting facts and evidence and all that. And the recommendation also must have supporting facts, why you feel it. Okay? Like people now say, oh, Germany using 4.0, we are still 2.0. How are you going to do it 2.0?
Like for an example, if let's say I say, like the foreigners are using this BIM software to done their design and things like that, but in Malaysia we haven't gone to the digitalization, so we have to work on that. Is it something like that?
Yeah, something like that. And then what? The next stage, you want to take it
to the next stage of the training and development in that particular industry.
That's right. Because you are telling, you already learned already. You You want to say, how do we take this to the next level? Okay. In the whole project paper, you must have introduction, explain the aim and objectives of the project. What is the aim? What is the aim and objective? So you must state the objectives very clearly now, okay? Give a brief description of the problems or issues to investigate. What is the problems you're going to do? What's the issue? Then include discussion of the research methodology applied. How are you going to come up with your solutions? Based on what? I'm going to do based on the lecture notes, I'm going to do the internet study, then look at those experts, all that. Okay. Now this company backgrounds change really industry background. Your project paper will not have company background, will have industry background or the nation's background. Okay. So the company or subsidiary with the industry describe the history and growth of the industry. Okay. The briefing of the, so you're talking about that industry, you're talking about because you're going to recommend solutions for that industry, isn't it? Okay. So company background change into industry. Include background on the problem to be investigated. Now, literature review is a research. You must support your substance of research based on what? The literature, the books that you read, or whatever where you took the information from. Okay?
This is like degree.
Yeah, that's right. But this literature review, when you do the project paper, you don't have to underline or put it straight at the bottom, put that this statement was from this book only.
It's not a Harvard reference, right?
Yeah, put a reference at the back.
Back only.
Yeah. You don't need to put under each chapter. Okay. Then the investigation, always your facts must have statistical data. Okay, there must be statistical. Otherwise you can't support documents, other written material, issue, interviews with person, surveys, observations. It must be factually supported. Okay? Data analysis also must be factually supported. Then, this is where your presentation comes by talking about problem, issue, the recommendations, the conclusion. So your project paper will have the conclusions, recommendation, or solution of the problem. Okay? So this slide that I give you is only the company you change in the industry. Okay? Now what we do is that we are given you a form. So there's a form to fill up. The groups receive the form. You don't have. So here you see the form. You're given the form. Now the functional topics, based on the learning lessons, the topics are there: managing learning and development function, training. So you can pick up this or the subtopics you have. Okay. But when you come as a group, the topics must see as a running model or some sequence, not repeating.
That means if my group is covering TNA and the next person should be covering on the training process and the approach, and the third group should be covering on training delivery and evaluation. It's like a whole cycle,
that's right.
But we have to divide in among us now.
That's right. So who is comfortable with what? You have to decide. No. I have done with another group. You see, don't take an easy approach just to finish the assignment, so that I finish and get a certificate. It doesn't. We want to do our best. So at the end of the day, we want to see the result. We are rewarded in the sense our knowledge is doubled up. Okay. So your presentation will have a live audience. We'll invite people to come and learn if they want to learn. Okay. So it's like a seminar you're going to present. Okay?
Where is it going to be?
It will be in here only. It will be like a seminar. So must have that standard lah. Don't make it drop it to just a lecture form, So it must make it interesting, exciting, and share it and you also. So that's why I like the group to be smaller than 2 person can share. If 3%, they just so decide on yourself how. For us, no problem. If 4 maximum, I say it's 3. But their group suddenly have to go to 4, it's no issue. Okay. So what you will fill up this form, Then topic chosen by the group. Then you put the name of the persons in the group. Who are the persons in the group? Then the title of project presentation and the objective. Now how is the project going to be done by the group? Then you submit to us. Then we will tell you who to be your tutor. Will be among the lecturers who are guiding over.
Oh, the lecturers will be guiding us.
Yeah, they will guide. I will be the overall.
I see.
The overall. They won't be guiding. They just say whether this is in line or not. Then I will look at the overall whether the presentation meets the standards or not. Okay. So we will have a rehearsal of the presentations. Okay.
Rehearsal of the presentation will be?
We'll have it here, so that we will have it and see whether it is meeting the standard or not. Okay. So you are given 3 months. 3 months. Okay. So by end of March, we should complete. So around February, we have a rehearsal. Okay. So this form must be filled up, sent by next week.
Okay.
You will do the thing. Okay. So you have to submit in 2 sets. One is the full report, hard copy the full report. Then the other one is the presentation copy in slides. Okay. Now, how do we assess? Of course, we will see whether you have defined the problem well or not, and then whether it's supported by the literature, data collection, analysis, 70% of that, and then recommendations. So, now how do I start it? Part 1, your full project paper. Part 1, state the objective of the project and what you hope to achieve. What is the objective of the project and what you want to achieve at the end? At the beginning, what you want to do, at the end, what you want to achieve. Then part 2, explain the background of each project space. The background, details of the industry in the subject. We're looking at the construction industry and looking at training needs in the organization. So, details of the industry in that subject. Okay. State or write all matters of the subject, including literature. So, you write all the details, the comments, criticism, and then evaluate. And then make recommendation. Part 6, implementation plans for project or presentation is no implementation plans. Okay. Your implementation plans, you already studied what you're suggesting to the company to implement it, long term, short term, so you can have that. Okay. And the last part is all the references. Okay. For the presentation, you don't have to put references. Okay. The project presentation, this is what you said. We recommended don't exceed more than 50 slides. You have too many slides. 30 minutes going to share, right? But minimum 50 slides. Okay? Minimum 50 slides. If you have more, okay. Now, for this one, the presentation for you is compulsory. For this, the CHRM is not compulsory because they all apply for the organization. It's very repetitive. So that's why it's not compulsory for you. It's compulsory. Okay? Presentation is compulsory. How to get started with the project paper? Okay. This one you can look at as a guideline for you. Decide on the topic, or you'll fill in the project paper form given to you. Email to MIHRM if you want me. MIHRM informed by me as who is assigned the project. Right, so the project paper, you comply the paper, send a draft of comments. The project paper is a draft of comments the presentation. Once the project paper is approved, then you are preparing the presentation. Okay? Send a printed hard copy of the project. So that's great. Any questions?
Sir, you were saying that you need to apply to industry. Is it different industry, or for example like healthcare? We focus on healthcare,
Yes.
but different companies.
Yes. The industry, okay. When I talk about industry, at least 3 companies is enough. More than 2. More than 2 is already industry. Okay? Don't have to go for 10, 20 lah. And then more than 2. Excluding your company lah. Excluding your company lah.
Excluding our company.
You got 1 and they got 1, it's not an industry lah.
Because we need to see our
Yeah, your own plus another 2 lah. Then you
can
get a comparison. So yeah, 3 lah. Okay. So you see in the group, pick the topic that's very comfortable one. borrow down to the future needs. We was always, this one is the project paper is climbing the mountain. You are going to reach the mountain, and then there you are champion already. Okay? The project paper is just not another assignment paper. We don't want to treat it like another assignment paper. The project paper is climbing the mountain. Say yes.
Who will be our panel to judge our presentation?
Panel will be from the institute. I'll be there, one and two more, and plus the one or two lecturers who lecture. And then the general audience will come to the panel.
When you look at the functional topic, so since we have 3 groups, so each group has to take 2 topics for us to complete all 6.
Each group will take 2 topics.
Like here, we have 6 different topics, right?
But there are subtopics also. That you just be one topic. You don't have to do all the 6.
I see.
You don't need to do all the 6.
Understand.
But maybe like.
You see, only
But we
3.
don't want to repeat.
I don't want to repeat. That was a continuity. And then also, under the main topic, there are subtopics also. Isn't it? The subtopic. Designing a program. It can be so many. So there are subtopics. So you decide what you can do best. And then where the industry will benefit.
I see. Okay, understand.
Something that the industry will benefit, nobody has done. I'm now going to produce this for the industry.
But for example, sir, if let's say we are doing the learning effectiveness and ROI, maybe certain topic it will relate on the previous topic.
It's okay, that's not a problem.
Like industry need and things like that, it might be same because they also have to identify industry need and we also have to identify industry need. So some sort of DNA is there.
That's okay.
That's okay, right?
Okay. Because that's a theory one. Theory everybody share, but the content may change.
Okay, understand.
Are you excited?
It's a bit scary when you say it's industry, it's not about company. So we are afraid that we couldn't get the data to support us.
Nowadays, everything is in the internet. There's nothing confidential. You can open up. The people are sharing. Sharing is everywhere. It's only that we don't open up to find out. You open up to find out. But you open up to find out once you already zero already. Your mind is already on this. That's why we have a group. Then you divide the group. You actually know, hey, you look at this aspect, I look at this aspect. Then you connect. It cannot be just like another assignment. Don't look at it like another assignment. Okay? Thank you very much.